Alright, welcome back.
Hey, baby!
Hey, baby! Alright, so, last time I was talking about the Magame Tensei series, and by that I mean the first light novel, because Japanese light novels are insane.
Well, no, they're not.
So,
You're just crazy.
To go into more detail, so, the teacher falls in love with Loki, and Loki uses his Loki powers of being just a really attractive demon furry monster to fuck the teacher so that he can reproduce and then be in the real world, question mark, exclamation point, question mark.
What?
And then Loki starts doing a whole bunch of shit that the kid didn't ask for, because he's like, hey, I didn't tell you to murder all these people, and Loki's like, I don't think you know who's the boss here. And then he enters the real world, and then the kid's like, well, fuck, I should probably stop this, but don't worry, Cerberus shows up to help. Why Cerberus? I don't know. He's important.
He's important to the plot.
He's important to the plot, so he shows up to help you. Also, Cerberus, I know what you're thinking, three-headed dog creature. No, Cerberus is more of a chimera lion with a snake for a tail. Don't worry about it. It's not actually important, that's just how he looks.
It's not important, it's just how he looks.
That's just how he looks in this world. That's just how he always looks in Shin Megami Tensei games for some reason. So, they have to team up to fight Loki, but what they don't know is Loki can spy on him using his powers to communicate with flies.
Well, yeah, Loki's always been able to do that,
he's always
Chris.
been able to communicate with flies and use them as little flying surveillance cameras around the world. Which I imagine would get confusing after a while, because there's like 14 billion flies on this planet. Like, the ability to keep track of who you're watching would be very hard. But, I digress. And then he teams up with his female classmate student, who is also the only one who wasn't mind-controlled by Loki for some reason, which is then established it's because she's the reincarnation of a different Japanese god.
Of course! I mean,
And
like
they-
anything else, Chris.
And they team up to use their powers to defeat Loki. And you think that's a happily ever after, but by the time they stop Loki, he's already turned the world into an apocalyptic wasteland.
Yeah, like you do.
So it's just all sorts of...
Geppetto.
Anyways.
That sounds incredibly weird and confusing.
And that's book 1 of, like, 9.
Yeah. I don't see why people aren't able to follow this plot, Chris.
The irony is that book 6, they kill off both the main protagonists at the end of the book, and the demons win. And that's
Wow.
just how he ended the story for, like, 8 years.
And then
It's-
they made him write another one.
He made another book, but the books don't follow those two characters. They follow two new characters, which then later turns out to be the reincarnations of one of those characters, but not the other one.
Oh.
The other one is a reincarnation of a different character
From the same book.
from the same book.
But they were fated to be together that time.
Yes, that time they actually get a happy ending, where their reincarnations are able to live on happy bliss when be in a relationship. Where in the original novel, they start being happy, but then one of them goes to prison and then is executed for treason, and then she kills herself Romeo and Juliet style.
Ah, like you do.
And then you just stop writing stories for 8 years.
Yeah, like you do.
Really send them home happy. Are we done with this section? Is that the end?
No,
Oh,
I need
it's
to,
another step.
I need to switch to Riku, to Sora.
We are Riku.
Yes, thank you. So I can
Eviscerate the proletarian.
yes eviscerate the proletarian.
Under the sea.
Under the sea, we'll be together, something forever. Under the sea. Da 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 da.
Right there?
Oh.
Okay.
Because I gotta eviscerate the proletarian. Is this the way I was going? Okay, yeah, I'm going this way.
Hey man, I didn't say anything to your face.
Oh, dude, I made it right. I should
It's a weird looking manta ray.
write it.
Looks more like a stingray actually, to be honest.
Yeah, it's probably Stingray. Just forget animal names.
Honestly, I don't think it's based off of anything. Are we leaving the map?
Yeah. Didn't you know? Like
they let you get really high even for. I feel like you could totally leave the boundaries of this game if you tried hard enough. You know what I mean?
nope, they have invisible walls.
Oh, alright, fair enough. They thought about it. How do we prevent the player from getting out of the game? Just put invisible walls in. Does that kind of break immersion? Fuck you.
Because I can dream drop all the way up here, Chris.
Dude, you won't believe how far I can dream drop this distance.
I'm so dream dropping this distance.
I can only imagine how good this game looked on the 3DS.
Not great.
Yeah, exactly.
Not great.
This is actually a very pretty looking area. I imagine it looked nothing like this good on the 3DS.
Probably not.
Air dash. Yeah.
Take this. It's not over yet.
It's not over this. So you know what I found out recently?
What did you find out recently, Chris?
There's a website called Game Jolt.
Mm-hmm.
They let you put video game projects on there, right?
Yep.
Like test products or full games, whatever.
Yeah,
you feel like putting on there. Most of the time, people use it as a beta testing ground. They put an idea out there, and people give them feedback on how much they like it and what they think is good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's for professionals, air quote.
Air quotes.
Professionals that don't like making money, air quotes.
So nobody?
Yeah, exactly. I think you can charge for actual money on there now. For a while you couldn't, but it's been a couple years. But they removed all adult games off of there,
Upselling.
and I was just like, well, that sucks. And then I was also like, I don't think they gave anyone a warning they were gonna do it. I think they just did it
Pulled them
out
all.
of the blue, and I'm just like, that's fucked up, man. It's like, what if that was their only copy that was stored on the site, and that was just gone? It's kind of messed up.
Then they should have had a backup.
I mean, there's plenty of other sites for adult gaming content, so it's not like that's really the issue. But it was just one of those things. It's they just did it out of the blue,
Yeah.
for no reason. No one was complaining about it. No one cared.
No one cared, they just did it.
Yeah, they just did it, and I was like, what the fuck happened? I'm assuming there's some sort of ancient, cryptic United Nations law that changed something that they were like, well, we gotta get rid of everything now. Like Pornhub had to.
Yeah.
We've all been there, you know?
Yeah, sometimes you're just browsing the internet and you just stumble upon shit you shouldn't.
Yeah. It's happened to the best of us. And the worst of us.
Mostly the worst of us.
Oh, man.
Some terrible people, yes.
Nothing's worse than when you're just clicking random links and then you get across something and you're just like, wait a minute, that's illegal.
Yes. Yes.
Close everything, delete internet history, throw computer into ocean.
Smash it with hammer.
Hope FBI wasn't watching on that one.
They're always watching.
Yeah.
You
don't say.
Yes. Yes. Show me your moves.
Dude. Okay. So Attack on Titan, right?
Mm-hmm. Tell me about Attack on Titan, Chris.
It just ended its mid-season run-through. Which means now we gotta wait for Attack on Titan Season 2 Part 2. And I'm just like, can we just end this anime already?
Dude, it sounds
Why
like
is this still running?
Sounds like you want to watch more Attack on Titan.
I just want it to be over. Dude, Season 1 of that show aired when I was in high school. It's been 10 years. At this point, there's no excuse. It should be over. You know what I mean?
I do.
Why? Oh, man. It's not even that good to warrant. You know what I mean? It's not good enough to warrant this long. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it's just not.
Chris, it sounds like you just love Attack on Titan.
Man, no. But, oh my god, I got like the hiccups or something right now. But it's funny because it ended at like the same time that the Shenmue animes ended. It turns out they were only gonna do the first 2 games, which means it is a buy the games anime. You know, like the read the manga animes from back in the fucking day.
Oh yeah.
Where you get like to a certain point, it would just end and there'd be no more. And it was like, read the fucking manga.
I'd be like, what did you do? What? Where's the rest of my mana? Where's the rest of it?
Yeah, and like essentially as a play the games anime, it existed as publicity to get people to play the game. Go play the game.
What? Where's my game? Where's my game?
So that and that ended at like the same time. So now there's just like, so Toonami is shorter, and they played like an hour of Naruto now.
Of course, you know the old go back to it.
Yeah.
That Naruto.
Good old Naruto. But they've been playing like an hour of One Piece, like every week now for like weeks, which I will admit is a much better way of watching One Piece because if you're watching them one episode at a time. It takes forever, and nothing gets fucking accomplished.
Yeah, and if you can just turn your brain off and watch it, then you're good.
Like, you have to just, like, binge watch that show or else you're never gonna get to the end of it. I will admit, because the last time I watched One Piece was during the Nami arc, which was terrible. No, wait, the Nico arc, where they're trying to save Nico from the...
Nico Robin?
Yeah. So here's my thing, right? They played the shitty arc. Like, they played the one about Nico that, like, has, like, a million flashbacks and barely anything new happens more than people just standing around doing jack shit. Yeah. But that arc has one of the coolest fights in the entire series. Where he actually goes and fights the, you know, the Navy and the Marines and shit. And Toonami didn't air any of it.
Well, you can't have him fight against the military.
Because the views... No, it's because the views were garbage, because it's like the worst arc ever is the fucking Nico arc, where they just literally talk in circles for 8 hours about how Nico can't be with the team because she puts everyone in danger, but they're gonna put her in danger anyways. And here, let me tell you my backstory for the 19th fucking time in a row in a flashback. Oh... Who's this new character? Oh, it's a new character that suspiciously also knew Nami as a child that we're learning about right fucking now, and now he's telling you the backstory of Nami, but from his perspective for the 18th fucking time. Wow, how engaging. I almost fucking care.
It was at that moment Chris didn't actually care.
Yeah, so anyways, that fucking happens. And then they stopped airing it probably because the viewership in One Piece was garbage on Toonami because it's the worst fucking arc ever. They literally cut it before they got to the actual cool fight that happens against the Navy. And then when they brought the show back, and they brought them back when they're going after the time skip where they're going to Fishman Island. So we literally come back to the show after the fucking fight with the Navy. Which is why they broke up in the first place. So we're literally just starting the show with them getting back together after like 2 or 3 years of being apart because they were in hiding for a thing we didn't even get to see. Thanks, Toonami. Really well thought out.
Anyway, Chris started complaining.
I don't understand the fucking law. Toonami has always been fucking garbage at airing One Piece. And I don't know why. Because there's no excuse for it. Because they'll literally skip huge sections of the story to get to the important shit, and then air unimportant shit, and then cut the fucking cool shit out to go back to the important stuff.
That's bizarre.
And I'm like, why?
That's so bizarre. It's Maestro!
And it all strings back to fucking 4Kids. Because 4Kids cut out huge chunks of One Piece to quickly get the entire crew together.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which in that one, that at least makes sense, because One Piece wasn't even popular in Japan until they got the final member of the crew, which I believe was Chopper. Then One Piece skyrocketed in popularity in Japan. Before that, it was kind of mediocre, and people didn't care that much about it.
Yeah.
Which I think is weird because I'd argue that one of the strongest arcs in One Piece happens way before that actually happens. When it's where they get Nami. What the fuck is that? It's the fuck is that?
It's a crab thing.
With lasers.
Well, we fought a fire one or an electric one when we were in Maestro, so we have to fight the ice thing here.
Right. Oh no. That poor whale, they're endangered.
I'm in danger.
They're endangered. They've been overhunted by Japan.
No, what are you talking about? That's never happened. Defeat Chill Clausber. Okay.
Did somebody order a stupid-looking boss? Ha!
That would be me! Your resident stupid-looking boss!
But, yeah, man. Fucking, they've been, I'll be honest though, the current One Piece arc they got on Fishman Island's actually quite good. They got a fucking coup on the king, they got all sorts of racial tension going on. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I will state that, this arc of One Piece, I feel like has done, they're doing a story on, like, racial prejudice, essentially. And I would argue it's one of the best ones I've not ever seen, but it's definitely in the top, like, 5 racism bad storylines that I've ever actually watched. Mm-hmm. Like, it's really well thought out and nicely done, and it's not this black and white garbage that we normally get.
Yeah.
And it's way more focused on, like, looking towards the future of fucking, like, society instead of being, like, hampered by, like, the past.
What are you talking about?
It's really well thought out. It's literally one of the best, like, stories about racism I've seen that isn't just, like, racism bad, and it's like, yeah, no shit.
What?
Like, call me when you have something interesting to say.
He's a fire in those lasers!
But yeah, I'd recommend it. I'd recommend the arc. That's, it's one of those things that I can't go into it because I wouldn't do it justice, because there's, like, so many, like, moving parts in it. It's, like, a lot of moving parts and a lot of different ideologies, like, going against each other. That's, like, really well done.
What is this fucking thing going on about?
I don't know, but can you at least fucking hit it?
I am trying.
Like, I've just been watching for fucking 10 minutes now of you just whiffing.
Because it keeps moving.
Just whiffing it, man. Have you tried taking this?
Take this!
Yeah. Oh, but you know what they're doing in Naruto right now?
What are they doing in Naruto?
So they're in the middle of killing the final bad guy, and they keep flashing back to the backstories of random Naruto characters.
Whoa!
It's Naruto's favorite thing. Unnecessary flashbacks of characters that aren't important to the thing.
Whoa!
Wow. They just did Hanada's backstory.
Oh.
Which, all it really did was remind me of how much I fucking hate the Hyuga clan.
Oh, they're terrible people.
They're terrible people. They're just the worst garbage clan in the... Like, literally... It's like, literally, the Uchiha clan was trying to stage a coup to kill everyone and take the nation for themselves. And even I'm like, they were better people than the fucking Hyuga clan.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So... my girlfriend was looking at just things on Pinterest,
Yeah.
and I see one and I'm like, oh, Chris would appreciate this, and I'm like, Chris will never play this game, but he would appreciate this. Because they were the characters from Naruto
Yeah.
in some R34
Of
levels of thing.
Of course.
And I was just like, Chris would appreciate this. Chris would appreciate this.
I definitely would have, let's be honest.
Yes. Oh, and then he eats it. And that's why it was inside the whale.
Nice.
Consistency.
Also, Bardo. Like, the only thing interesting about Bardo is how the Hyuga clan has been completely fucking.
Now they're
just
great.
drained. Yeah, like they're literally the equivalent of like. They're like kittens compared to what they were before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone is like super nice and friendly, and none of them have murdering intent.
Yeah.
And they no longer enslave their lesser clan members.
they're the cousins and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with this clan?
Just the most insane. Also, they kind of ruin it though with her flashback because they show that Hinata would have beat her younger sister, but then just like chose not to for no real reason other than I don't know, she's Hinata, she's always hesitating.
She's always hesitating. She wants Naruto's dick.
But like she hesitates on murdering the shit out of her sister, and then her sister beats her because she hesitated on murdering the shit out of her sister. And then they're just like, you are excommunicated from the clan.
Excommunication.
Your sister shall hold the mantle of clan leader. Which I don't even think fucking went through anyways. Because it doesn't matter because the head leader of the clan isn't dead. So the sister just kind of hangs out there and, you know, Hinata's busy taking on all of Naruto's shadow clones. So she can't really be leading the clan. She's busy.
She's got other priorities.
She's got other priorities.
It's a raven.
That raven is Maleficent's.
What was your first clue?
Kyrie.
That's Ninny's.
Oh no.
Huh?
Has been kidnapped?
It's from Maleficent. She's kidnapped Minnie.
Wow, she called it.
She no-snapped her.
The letter says for me to return to Disney Castle.
Dude, seriously, can we talk about the fucking skull you got, Yane said? I'm very concerned.
Well, yeah, he murdered somebody. Even though he's a good wizard, Chris.
I mean,
He murdered somebody.
I mean, he does have murdering eyes.
Gosh, I guess you're right, pals. We friends need to stick together.
Because you're useless without me.
Together.
Do we get to play as Mickey? No.
Oh,
How
no,
do we get to play as
spaceship.
Mickey?
Ting. Hmm?
The timing is too perfect, too calculated.
Almost like it was.
Maleficent must sense a change in the forces of darkness.
Okay.
Change like Xehanort.
Xehanort.
Dun, dun, dun. That name would mean nothing to you if you just played this game.
Well, in all fairness, why would you play this game? This is like 8 games in.
True. Oh, do we have to go back there?
We gotta go back somewhere.
Well, we can do that next time.
Yep, unfortunately, we'll have to pick this up in the next part. We'll see you guys then. Peace.